Charles Darwin's manuscript, titled On the Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, materialized one of the most colossally paramount ideas of the 17th century. This idea subsequently progressed to radicalize and catalyze the advancement of science, thereby furthering the progress of technology and bringing about many innovations and novelties. However, Darwin's idea stimulated many controversies between the church and the common appeal, as it painted humans as a selfish race of individuals that would always find themselves on a vigorous cycle of competition against one another in order to preserve and sustain hopes of individual survival. Since the presentation of this idea, men have distorted its meaning in an attempt to justify acts of unquantifiable cruelty, such as slavery and mass murder. Against such facts, how weak are the arguments of those that maintain that slavery is a tolerable evil? Charles Darwin proclaimed in his diary after observing his shipmate Mr. Lennon's interaction with the slaves in Bahia, Brazil. Regardless of Darwin's clear articulation of his hatred and discontent towards the concept of slavery, men still manipulated Darwin's ideologies to endorse events of barbarism such as that of slavery. Darwin's theory of survival of the fittest declared that only the most adapted could proceed to generate offspring, as the weak would perish in extinction. This was titled the process of natural selection. Through Darwin's work, slave owners and slave traders can now argue that their actions were in full accordance with Darwinism, as they promoted the competition between different individuals and the striving of the strong in expense of the weak. Quote, most Europeans believe that slaves from Africa belonged to an inferior race. Some believe they were a different species entirely. Andrew Marr. This quote unmistakably exemplifies the detestation that the Europeans felt towards the Africans. With Darwin's theory, the Europeans could now substantiate their maltreatment of the Africans as a means to project and sustain their species' existence from the threat of extinction posed by the African population. Perhaps one of the most supreme yet hostile leaders of all time, Adolf Hitler, also seemed to believe that his ideology shared an uncanny parallel with those of Charles Darwin. Moreover, Hitler sincerely believed that the race of the human beings that populated 1934 Nazi Germany was that of the future, as to him they appeared supreme beings fit to carry on the human evolutionary chain of being. This can be clarified through the words of Andrew Marr, stating that, quote, the Nazis quite explicitly used a perverted interpretation of Darwin's theory of evolution as they finalized their plan for the Holocaust, end quote. Darwin did a great deal of exploring the past and questioning the nature of our creation, but never proposed when the human race would repeat the cycle of evolution once again. Hitler took this decision on his own as he selectively breeded the babies of Nazi Germany in an attempt to create a human master race. Moreover, Hitler shared Darwin's belief that survival was the only important part of life and that our purpose on the earth was solely to prolong the inevitable extinction of the human race. However, Hitler's crude interpretation of Darwin's survival of the fittest theory entailed the massacre of an approximate 6 million Jews. Furthermore, Hitler's massacre, known to us today as the Holocaust, attempted to drive all members of the Jewish religion towards extinction, thereby allowing Hitler's master race to thrive and prosper. Although Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by means of natural selection brought about many good things and incited the establishment of the foundation of the modern scientific understanding of our creation, it has also significantly promoted the competition between different human beings, thereby indirectly inciting the enactment of horrible acts such as that of slavery and mass murder. Thank you.